Every iconic Pakistan Air Force aircraft ever flown, from Partition Spitfires to fifth-generation stealth jets. Subscribe for more videos. Let's begin. British inheritance, building from zero. Supermarine Spitfire, the Partition legacy. The legendary British fighter that the Royal Pakistan Air Force inherited at Partition in August 1947 flew patrols during the First Kashmir conflict of 1947 through 48. It represented the absolute baseline from which every future PAF capability was built, the starting line for everything that came after. These Spitfires gave the newborn Air Force its first operational capability, though most were obsolete variants Britain no longer needed. Hawker Tempest, the very first fighter. The PAF's first fighter aircraft inherited on Independence Day patrolled the northern areas during the Kashmir conflict and gave the newborn Air Force its earliest operational capability before a single jet had arrived. Tempest II equipped the first PAF squadrons, establishing the service's fighter traditions and operational doctrine that would define Pakistani air combat philosophy for decades. Hawker Sea Fury, the Piston Beast. A piston engine fighter that the PAF inherited from Britain in the early 1950s was one of the fastest propeller fighters ever built, bridging the gap between World War II leftovers and the jet age. By the time it retired, Pakistani pilots had already transitioned to pure jets, but the Sea Fury provided critical experience operating high-performance aircraft. Supermarine Attacker, the first jet. The first jet fighter ever operated by the Pakistan Air Force, SAW-36, delivered starting in 1951, flown by No. 11 Squadron out of Moripur. A straight-wing tail-wheeled jet brought the PAF into the jet age 3 years before India operated anything comparable. The Attacker represented Pakistan's entry into jet warfare, establishing maintenance and operational procedures for turbine engines. Cold War fighters, American technology arrives. North American F-86 Sabre, the dogfighter legend. The fighter that defined the PAF's combat reputation saw Pakistani Sabres go head-to-head with numerically superior Indian forces in September 1965, establishing air superiority through pilot skill and aggressive tactics. Strikes so precise that entire air bases were neutralized in a single pass. The Sabre established Pakistan's reputation for aggressive air combat tactics that continue today. Multiple aerial victories against Indian Hunters and Nats proved American technology, combined with Pakistani training, produced formidable results. Lockheed F-104 Starfighter, the psychological weapon. 12 aircraft provided absolute psychological dominance, as the PAF starfighters were the fastest jets in the entire subcontinent during the 1965 war. Just their presence in the battle space forced Indian fighters to disengage from ongoing dogfights. A Mach 2 interceptor used as a morale weapon, the starfighter demonstrated that sometimes merely possessing superior technology changes enemy calculations. General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon, the premier fighter. The PAF's premier air superiority platform since 1983 is the only F-16 fleet on Earth with confirmed kills against Soviet-era aircraft in the 1980s. Between 1986 and 1990, Pakistani Vipers shot down at least 10 Afghan and Soviet aircraft along the border, giving the F-16 its first real combat record anywhere on the planet. The Fighting Falcon remains Pakistan's most capable Western fighter, continuously upgraded with modern capabilities. Chinese partnership, Eastern technology. Shenyang F-6, the MiG-19. The Chinese MiG-19 fought the 1971 war with 3 Pakistani squadrons flying nearly 1,000 sorties and scoring 6 confirmed aerial kills against Indian aircraft. Cheap, rugged, it gave Pakistan the numbers needed to cover multiple fronts simultaneously. The F-6 represented Pakistan's first major arms relationship with China, establishing a partnership that continues today. Chengdu F-7, the budget interceptor. The MiG-21 that Pakistan flew for decades as its budget interceptor was cheap, fast, and point defense lethal. The F-7PG variant carried modern avionics and Python missiles that kept it relevant far longer than any MiG-21 airframe had a right to be. Over 150 served PAF, providing affordable numbers when Western fighters proved too expensive. Chengdu J-10C, the modern Chinese fighter. 36 delivered from China with PL-15 long-range missiles gave the PAF overnight access to a weapons envelope that previously only the F-16 could cover. A single-engine Delta Canard fighter fills the gap between the JF-17 and whatever comes next, providing advanced Chinese technology, including AESA radar and beyond visual range missiles. Indigenous development, Pakistani engineering. PAK-JF-17 Thunder, the Indigenous Revolution. Pakistan's indigenous multi-role fighter co-developed with China is built at Pakistan Aeronautical Complex in Kamra and now flies with AESA radar in its Block 3 configuration. It replaced the entire legacy fleet in a single generation and made Pakistan the smallest country on Earth producing its own fourth-generation combat aircraft. Over 150 are operational with export orders from Azerbaijan, Myanmar, and Nigeria, proving international confidence in Pakistani aerospace engineering. Strike aircraft, deep penetration capability. Dassault Mirage III, the Delta Wing legend. Pakistan's Delta Wing legend flew the 1971 war with 0 losses in air combat. It carried out deep strike interdiction raids that Indian Air Force fighters could not intercept, and its combination of speed and ceiling made it the most feared platform in the PAF inventory for over a decade. The Mirage III established Pakistan's deep strike doctrine, proving that speed and altitude could penetrate defended airspace. Dassault Mirage V, the nuclear delivery platform. The dedicated strike variant of the Mirage family featured simplified avionics and maximum bomb load, and is still believed to serve as Pakistan's primary airborne nuclear delivery system today. It flew deep penetration strikes in multiple conflicts and remains operational decades after any other air force retired the type. The Mirage 5 represents Pakistan's strategic deterrent, continuously upgraded to maintain nuclear delivery capability. Martin B-57 Canberra, the Night Striker. The PAF's Night Strike hammer during the 1965 and 1971 wars featured twin-engine jet bombers operating exclusively after dark, penetrating deep into Indian airspace to hit airfields, rail junctions, and fuel depots with near-total impunity. Indian night fighters struggled to intercept them at altitude. The Canberra proved that specialized night bombers could achieve strategic effects even against numerically superior enemies. Nanchang A-5, the supersonic ground attack. China's supersonic ground attack jet flew as PAF's dedicated low-level strike platform for over 25 years. Twin-engine, fast on the deck, and capable of delivering ordnance at speeds that made ground-based air defenses nearly useless against it. The A-5 provided affordable supersonic strike capability when Western equivalents proved prohibitively expensive. Handley Page Halifax, the first heavy bomber. Pakistan's first heavy bomber was a 4-engine World War II veteran that the PAF operated from the late 1940s into 1961. 8 aircraft provided the young Air Force with its first strategic bombing and long-range maritime patrol before jets took over both roles. The Halifax established heavy bomber operations, though it represented obsolete technology even when acquired. Combat drones, the unmanned revolution. Bayraktar TB2, the proven warrior. The drone that rewrote modern warfare in Nagorno-Karabakh and Libya is now operated by Pakistan for both surveillance and precision strike. Proven combat record, battle-tested sensors, and a price-to-lethality ratio make it one of the most cost-effective combat platforms on Earth. The TB2 gives Pakistan affordable armed overwatch capability. Bayraktar Ikinci, the flagship combat drone. Turkey's flagship combat drone is twin-engine, AESA radar-equipped, cruise missile-capable, and Pakistan signed on as one of the first international customers. It gives the PAF a high-altitude, long-endurance strike platform that can loiter over battlefields for 24 hours carrying precision munitions. The Ikinci represents the next generation of unmanned combat capability. CAIG Wing Long 2, the Chinese Reaper. China's answer to the MQ-9 Reaper is operated by PAF for armed ISR and precision strikes along its western frontier. Operationally deployed in counter-terrorism missions, it gives Pakistan persistent armed overwatch capability without risking a single pilot. Multiple wing-long platforms provide 24/7 coverage of tribal regions. CASC CH-4, the Predator equivalent. The heavier Chinese drone equivalent to MQ-1 Predator in class, is armed with precision-guided munitions and capable of real-time targeting data link to ground controllers. Pakistan fields these as part of its layered drone architecture for border security and counterinsurgency. The CH-4 Chinese UAV technology rivals Western systems. Nescom Buraq, the indigenous game-changer. The drone that changed everything for Pakistan conducted the nation's first-ever indigenous drone strike in September 2015 when a Buraq armed with laser-guided bark missile struck militants in Waziristan. Entirely domestic development proved Pakistan could build its own armed drones and use them in combat. The Buraq established Pakistan's indigenous UCAV capability. GIDS Sabre, the homegrown reconnaissance. Pakistan's homegrown reconnaissance UAV, designed and built by Global Industrial Defense Solutions, provides real-time ISR to Army Corps commanders and has evolved through multiple blocks into capable armed variant carrying precision munitions. The Sabre demonstrates Pakistani aerospace industry maturity beyond just licensed production. Special mission aircraft, force multipliers. Saab 2000 Erieye, the Swedish Eye. Sweden's airborne early warning system mounted on Saab 2000 turboprop sees Pakistan operate up to 9 through number 3 AWACS squadron. The Erieye's active phased array radar gives Pakistan persistent 360-degree air surveillance and has been credited as the PAF's most critical force multiplier in modern exercises and real-world scrambles. These aircraft provide battlespace awareness, transforming PAF effectiveness. Shaanxi Y-8 ZK-03 Karakoram Eagle, the Chinese AWACS. China-built AWC on Y-8 transport airframe SAW-4 delivered to Pakistan starting in 2011, featuring rotating radar dome and serving as complement to the Swedish Erieye. Two different systems, two different data architectures, zero blind spots. The ZDK provides redundancy, ensuring Pakistan always maintains airborne early warning coverage. Dassault Falcon 20, the electronic warrior. A French business jet airframe converted into dedicated electronic warfare platform, is flown by No. 24 Squadron, the Blinders. It jams enemy communications, degrades radar networks, and has reportedly been operationally deployed during real-world border incidents. An unassuming airframe doing classified work that makes enemy air defenses significantly less effective. Trainers, building the pipeline. Pak MFI 17 Mushak, the basic trainer. Pakistan's indigenous basic trainer, designed and built at Pakistan Aeronautical Complex, replaced aging foreign trainers with domestic capability. The Super Mushak variant, exported to multiple countries, proves Pakistani aerospace engineering extends beyond fighters. Every PAF pilot begins training in this aircraft, establishing foundational flying skills. Hongdu K-8 Karakoram, the advanced trainer. A tandem-seat intermediate jet trainer exported widely as the K-8 to over a dozen countries including Pakistan, Egypt, and several African air forces, is affordable, reliable, and optimized for the gap between basic and advanced training. Co-developed with China, it demonstrates successful Pakistani aerospace cooperation, producing exportable platforms. Helicopters, rotary wing capability. Aerospatiale Alouette 3, the versatile scout. French light utility helicopters served PAF for decades in reconnaissance, liaison, and light transport roles. The Alouette established helicopter operations in Pakistani service, providing tactical mobility that fixed-wing aircraft could not match. Simple and reliable, it operated from unprepared locations, supporting ground forces. Mi-17, the heavy lifter. Russian medium transport helicopter, provides PAF with heavy lift capability for special operations, combat search and rescue, and logistical support. The Mi-17 operates in high-altitude environments along the northern borders where Western helicopters struggle. Its proven reliability in harsh conditions makes it essential for mountain operations. Subscribe for more videos.